Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today is Monday, just another training day. I decided not to take a deload yet because I still feel pretty okay, pretty strong, so I decided not to take it. But sooner or later, I think I will definitely go ahead and take the deload, but I don't think it's just the time yet. I feel pretty fresh today and I feel strong, so I don't think there's any reason for me to take a deload because I do feel strong, but I don't know, maybe after a week or so I think I might, but that still depends on my body, on how my body really feels. So without any further ado, let's get right into the training. Yo guys, that was my training for today. Everything felt really good and I was feeling fresh. I do not think I will have to do a deload very soon. I'll just see about that. I'm not really too sure when I'll do a deload. Like I said, I do not like to plan out my deloads because if you're peaking and if your training is going well, like there's no need for you to deload. It's just gonna like hinder your progress. So I don't want that to hinder my progress. So I'm just gonna be keeping up with my current workout routine. The intensity, the volume, everything's gonna be the same. And today went really well. And like band assisted full planche workouts were really good. I felt really light. Same with the front lever. So nothing else to say. So I think that's gonna be it for my training reflection. And I will move on to some topics that I wanna talk about. And our topic of today is, should you train following a specific training plan or should you just train intuitively? So there are some pros and cons to it. So if you train intuitively, the pros are that you don't know what you're gonna do, so you just go by your feel. If you feel like planche press is feeling better than planche push-ups, then you can train planche presses, and that's gonna just like feel good. Same with the front lever as well. Since you don't have a training structure, you can choose different exercises on what you want to do on specific days. For example, if you feel like I'm feeling stronger on planche, then you can just train like 70% of your trainings on planche and then the 30% with front lever or some other skills instead of like just doing 50-50. So that's the pros of intuitive training. The cons are that it is quite hard to progressively overload because you're training intuitively, so you don't know whether or not you're progressing or not. So some days you do planches only, some days you do front lever only, and some days you do like 70% planche, some days you do like 60% of planche, some days you do like 10% planche and the rest like 90% like front lever or something like that. So it's really hard to progressively overload because you don't have a training structure, you don't have a training plan, so you just go by your feel. So that is why it is hard to progressively overload. And now for training with structure. It is good because you can progressively overload. Like I said, you have training plans, so you know if you did like 7 seconds or 8 seconds, 5 reps or 4 reps, you can progressively overload. You know how much assistant you used, so that is why it is so good to progressively overload. But the cons are, since you have a training plan, it might be quite boring because you have to do everything that's planned out. And on your training plan, if it says like you have to do planche press, planche push-ups, front lever pull-ups, etc., but if you don't feel like training them, you can just go ahead and train like basics or just do mobility or flexibility work. But if you miss it, chances are you're not going to be able to train them again until the next training, so you feel like you're missing out on something. So that's kind of bad. It just feels bad, you know. I mean, it's not wrong, but it just feels bad. So that's like the cons of training with a structure. So I think the best way is to do both. So you should have a solid training plan. So what you want to do is, if you feel like your planche press or like planche push-ups are way better than front lever, then what you want to do is you want to focus more on planche push-ups and planche presses instead of front lever. And you can do front lever training with body weight or do some assistance with it. So just try to mix the pros of both sides. So that's my take on there. So I personally follow like a strict training program because I am just more of a strict guy. So I don't really train intuitively, but when I feel like I want to do something else, like I just want to have fun on my training, what I do is I just like skip all the training plans that I wrote and I just go how I feel about it, like just random combos, and just enjoy my training. Because in the end, if you don't enjoy your training, you're not going to be consistent with it, you're not going to have fun, it's going to be more like a chore that instead of like you actually training, it's going to be a chore to do. So like life is stressful, right? But like why would you want to stress out while you're training as well? Like I don't get that. So unless your job is like training and like coaching, and if you're an athlete. So just get the most out of both. Have a good solid training plan, and just like adjust to it, rearrange it. And if you feel like you're not feeling something, then you can just go ahead and do something else. So, and just enjoy your training. That's like the whole point of like training, right? So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys on my next training session.